Hi everyone and welcome back to So Serious Radio. Today we're diving deep into the incredibly complex and frankly concerning situation between singer and actress Halle Bailey and rapper/YouTuber DDG. What started as a seemingly fairy tale romance has devolved into a bitter breakup, serious abuse allegations, and a contentious custody battle over their young son Halo. Buckle up, this is a heavy one. Just to set the stage, Halle of Chloe x Halle and The Little Mermaid fame and DDG, real name Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr., first sparked dating rumors back in January 2022. Things seemed serious quickly. DDG publicly wished her a happy birthday in March 2022. Fast forward to late 2023, pregnancy rumors swirled, and in December 2023, Halle announced the birth of their son Halo, calling him My Halo. But by October 2024, less than a year after Halo's birth, the fairy tale was over. DDG announced their split on his Instagram stories, writing, "Dear friends and supporters, after much reflection and heartfelt conversations, Halle and I have decided to go our separate ways. The decision was not easy, but we believe it's the best path forward for both of us. Despite the changes in our relationship, our love for each other remains deep and true. We are still best friends and adore each other." Just days later, on October 6th, DDG spoke more candidly on his podcast, No Ordinary Podcast. He suggested public perception played a role in their struggles, feeling people unfairly judged him and side-eyed the relationship. Because Halle was seen as this untouchable princess, he said, "I personally think that people personally pick on me. People specifically pick on me because for a long time, people feel like I didn't belong in this industry. Being around her, I feel like it made a lot of people side-eye me." He emphasized they were forever family because of Halo. He also made a plea to critics, asking them to consider the impact of Halo. "I feel like people should keep that in their head when they talk about us. You're talking about our family. You need to relax. I feel like y'all don't consider that at all. If I'm hurting, you know, that can be hurting my baby that you love so much." This focus on Halo and family would become a reoccurring but contested theme. Fast forward to March 2025, just a few months later, and the co-parenting narrative shattered. DDG took to X, formerly Twitter, with a bombshell accusation, writing in a since-deleted post. "Been fighting to see my son for months now. Shout out to all the dads who try their best to be there. This sucks." According to TMZ, he doubled down on a live stream, sounding incredibly frustrated. "I really feel like I'm a nanny at this point. The nanny has been able to have my son more than me, and I don't even know the nanny name. Like, it's just not fair, bro, so I have to come on here and I gotta do this." This public airing of grievances took a dark and disturbing turn in May 2025. Halle Bailey filed for and was immediately granted a temporary restraining order against DDG in Los Angeles. The details in the court documents obtained by outlets like Page Six and USA Today are shocking. Halle alleged a pattern of physical, emotional, verbal, and even financial abuse. She detailed a specific incident in January 2025. Shortly after their breakup, she claimed DDG arrived at her home to pick up Halo and became agitated when she tried to discuss visitation. As she was buckling Halo into his car seat, she says DDG repeatedly yelled, "Get out of my car." Worried about leaving her crying son with DDG in that state, Halle said she stayed in the car. What happened next is truly alarming. Halle alleges a physical struggle ensued. She claims DDG pulled her hair and forcefully pushed her face into the steering wheel. The impact, she stated, chipped her front tooth. She included photos in the court filing showing the chipped tooth and significant bruising on her right upper arm. She told the court she felt hysterical after the alleged attack but left Halo with DDG's family before leaving. That wasn't the only incident Halle cited. She described another event in March 2025, right around the time DDG was publicly complaining about not seeing Halo. She claims DDG entered her home without permission and texted her a photo of her bed with the message, "Now I know what you've been on, LOL," which she interpreted as an accusation about her having other partners. Days later, Halle alleges DDG returned after she told him both she and Halo were sick and needed to stay home. She claims he became verbally abusive, destroyed her Ring doorbell camera, and took her phone during this encounter. In her statement to the court, Halle wrote, "I realize that there is no placating Daryl. I cannot allow this abuse any longer. I cannot keep living like this. I never know when he's going to demand our son, be in his mother's care, and whether I will be subjected to his threats and abuse." As a result of these allegations, the judge granted Halle's request in the restraining order: no contact, stay 100 yards away, and crucially, temporary sole legal and physical custody of Halo. DDG was also ordered to stop posting about Halle and Halo on social media. This brings us to the most recent legal development. Just days ago in June 2025, DDG's legal team fought back, filing a 44-page response within the restraining order case. They reportedly cast doubt on Halle's fitness as a parent, calling her an imminent emotional and psychological risk to Halo. So according to legal documents, DDG is claiming Halle Bailey stabbed him in the hand during an argument. He even submitted photos of his injury to the court as evidence. Now he's using this to argue that she shouldn't be allowed to take their son Halo out of the country. In the court filing, DDG says Halle created a, quote, environment of emotional distress and danger, and he's fighting to keep their son under California court supervision. But wait, it gets even deeper. Even allegedly taking his legally owned gun during an argument in August 2023. He says he was so scared for their son's safety that he reached out to Halle's godmother for help. Now DDG is basically saying, how can a parent who struggled with mental health and violent outbursts be trusted to take their child overseas without supervision? He's asking the court to step in before Halle leaves the country with Halo. Specifically, they tried to block Halle from taking Halo to Italy for a work trip. However, Judge Latrice A.G. Birdsong of the Los Angeles Superior Court swiftly denied DDG's request. The judge found insufficient evidence of imminent emotional and psychological risk to the minor child during the business trip. The order stated that the existing restraining order already had limited child abduction orders in place. Crucially, the judge reiterated that Halle has temporary sole custody until at least the next hearing scheduled for June 24th, stating that she would need further evidence to consider more restrictive orders against Halle. And during those proceedings, text messages were revealed showing Halle accusing DDG of cheating during their relationship. Specifically, she claimed he'd slept with his ex-girlfriend Ruby Rose's best friend, influencer Lala Baptiste. This wasn't just courtroom drama. Within 24 hours, Lala Baptiste went public with a bombshell statement on June 5th. She didn't hold back. These accusations stem from a group trip that our whole friend group went on. Everyone can confirm nothing weird happened. I wasn't even staying near them. She emphasized their relationship was strictly platonic, tracing back to when DDG helped launch her YouTube channel. What's fascinating is Lala's empathy toward Halle. Halle saw I was on the trip with him. She had every right to jump to conclusions. I'm a girl, I know how it is. She revealed they'd had a private conversation to clear the air, refusing to share details out of respect, but she dropped this truth bomb. It's genuinely impossible to have platonic friendships with guys. My character is being tested for simply existing near a man. Just when we thought the legal dust had settled from the Italy ruling, DDG's legal team dropped a counter-punch. They released this statement to XXL. The court granted Mr. Granberry a temporary restraining order based on serious allegations in his application. This reflects the court's finding of sufficient cause for immediate protection. So where does this leave things? Right now, Halle Bailey and DDG both have temporary restraining orders against each other. Halle Bailey has temporary full custody of their son Halo and just won the right to take Halo to Italy for work. DDG's allegations about being blocked from seeing his son are now countered by Halle's much more severe allegations of abuse backed by photographic evidence and a court order. It's a heartbreaking situation, especially considering a young child is caught in the middle. The forever family sentiment DDG expressed just months ago feels worlds away from the current legal battlefield. The allegations Halle has made are extremely serious and paint a picture of fear and control. DDG, through his legal team, is contesting her narrative and fitness. The next major step is that court hearing on June 24th. That's when the judge will review the temporary orders, hear more evidence, including whatever further evidence DDG's team presents regarding Halle, and potentially make longer-term decisions about the restraining order and custody arrangements. This saga is far from over. It's a stark reminder of how quickly private relationships can become public legal battles, especially with a child involved. We'll be keeping an eye on this June 24th hearing. What are your thoughts on this complex and troubling situation? Let us know respectfully in the comments below, and thank you guys so much for keeping up with So Serious Radio. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for updates on this and other stories. Stay informed, stay safe, and see you guys next time.